All right, good evening. Welcome to the Sweet Talk. Today is Friday, April 5th, 2019. I am your host, Kim Matina. I am a technology teacher and a Google certified trainer and a gold product expert for the Google for Education, CS First, and Jamboard Help forums. And today I have on my show Mr. Tom Mullaney. He is my good friend. I've known Tom for many years. We've collaborated together, and I'm really happy to have him on as my third time guest. He's my first third time returning guest on the Sweet Talk. Tom is a Google certified innovator and a Google certified trainer. Plus, he is a digital learning coach in a middle school in North Carolina, and he can tell you more about his role there. So welcome to the show again, Tom.
Kim, thank you so much. It's an honor to be back for a third time now. This is great. And your show is awesome. And you have all these great guests. So it's especially an honor to be part of it for yet a third time. Yes, I'm Tom, originally from New York area, right kind of, well, Long Island, New York, and you're South Jersey. So it's a little different. You're the Philly metropolitan area, which I then lived in for 10 years where my wife's from Philly. But I am the digital learning coach at Carroll Middle School in Raleigh, North Carolina. And yeah, I'm just thrilled to be back.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you on. When you messaged me and you said, "Can I be on your show?" I'm like, "Anything for you, Tom. I'll clear the schedule just for you."
Thank you, Kim.
Well, it's all about collaboration and learning together. And I know I've learned so much from Tom myself, and we just want to keep that going, keep paying it forward to other people and helping them use the technology in the classroom. And Tom has a lot of great expertise on different apps that I think maybe you will find helpful. And tonight he's going to be talking about how to use or what tools to use for drawing, right?
Yes, and thank you. And thank you for having me, because these, we're talking, when we think about G Suite, we often think about the core four, and then you might add, say, forms and sites to make it the core six. I like to think about a lot of the extra tools. And so I love the mapping tools, but drawing tools in Google, I really love. And in the blog post that'll be linked with this episode, I link to three things about if you want kids to learn something, kids should draw something. Drawing and learning, it's just been proven that those two things go together. So there's a logical question that arises from that. If we're on the Sweet Talk and we're talking about drawing, why aren't we talking about Google Drawings? So I want you to, if you want a little homework assignment, try actually drawing something in Google Drawings.
It's not easy.
Right. There is a scribble tool, but that scribble tool is not really much of anything. And I think it's Matt Miller who said Google Drawings should really be called Google Poster Board. I just think Google Drawings is a very useful tool. I think, you can have a free tool that gives you a transparent background for PNGs, for site favicons, for logos. That's very valuable. Let's not undersell it. It's just misnamed. That's all.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there because when you think of Google Drawings, you think of freestyle, freehand. And it's like you said, the scribble tool isn't really there. I mean, it's available, but it's not really, it's not really freehand, like you said.
Yes.
And so it's nice to hear like what other options are available because in today's digital world, we need to have the apps available because some students do learn and comprehend more when they draw it or they write it out, or if it's in a flow chart or anything like that, so that they comprehend it better. So I'd like to hear what you have to offer.
Okay. Well, and by the way, when we talk about digital drawing, right? So some of the benefits are, it has a keyword search. We can find it later. We can catalog it. We can put it on digital portfolios or just include it in study material. We have a perfect erase function that doesn't exist with analog drawing, right? And, obviously if kids have iPads, there are definitely a lot of apps. Some of them are paid. You see a lot of sketch notes that are out there. Those are on paid apps oftentimes. And that's not really sustainable for teachers for a lot of kids, right? And then there's the Adobe suite. And I love Illustrator Draw, Photoshop Sketch. They're both great, but they are free, but they also have an age 13 requirement to sign in. And additionally, a lot of students don't have iPads, right?
Sure.
So I don't know, and I don't know if you're noticing this, but it seems to me, Kim, that we're going into an age of touchscreen Chromebooks, where if you're buying an education Chromebook, it's a touchscreen Chromebook. And
Yeah,
so
yeah, I agree. I think that style of type of device is definitely a key factor in the classroom.
So let's talk about drawing in Google. And I have 4 apps I'm going to share. And can I screen share at this point?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, let me screen share. And now the blue button is the cancel button, not the share button. I don't know why they changed that, but okay. And okay, so you see yourself. Okay.
I see myself.
All right, just real quick, across the top here, I got Keep, Jamboard, Autodraw, and Canvas. Those are the 4, and we'll start with Keep. And I'll actually open this note that I made for you earlier today, Kim. And
I got it. I did respond to it.
there it is. Yes. And I want to do this in order because Keep, I think, is the most known of these. And then this Canvas, we'll get there, is the least known, right? And so if I'm in a Keep note, I can draw. And so this is a note that might look like many of the notes that you have, right? You have an image and then you have some text, and I have my collaborators here. But here, if I click the 3 dots, I can add a drawing. All right, let's look at what we have here. We have this nice canvas. The first pen is my favorite. I really like the way, and I'm just going to draw real quick. See that? I really like here, if I'm going to make like a little person, I kind of feel like I could make a little cartoon with this. Like, I just like the way that pen looks. And just to show you some options as far as your size goes from there, from this tiny one to this really small to this really huge one. And your color palette, Kim, have you noticed how in Google, it seems like the color palettes are a little different depending on each app?
Yeah, like so in that what you just showed there, I never saw like the turquoise,
Yeah,
the second row from the bottom.
and the funny thing is, so we have 3 more apps to go, and I think we're going to see 4 separate color palettes for all 4 of
Yeah,
these apps. But okay,
that's
and then
okay.
yeah, Calendar has a different. Google Drive has a different palette. It's all different. Okay, but anyway, so that's that one. This one here, this pen is more of a conventional marker tool. I'm not as enamored of this one. I just feel like the previous one has some personality. The next one is the one that I think is the real. I love this one. It's the look what it does. It highlights.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then before we go on, I want to just point out that there are backgrounds available. So I can make this a graph paper background, which that's, hey, I can do really cool stuff, right? I can have my X and Y axis, and then, I'll just draw a little X and Y. But the problem with that is this. If I go over here to download and download my drawing, notice what's missing, Kim.
Oh, wow, the background. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you download, I've put this feedback. I encourage you, if you're watching, give Google this feedback about Keep. We need this graph paper, or at least we need it to save when you download. Now, a workaround would be to do a quick, screen capture.
Yeah.
And
Print
then,
screen. Yep.
yeah, so then you could do it that way. But it's just a little,
Interesting. That's interesting.
yeah.
Now, Tom, before you move on, are you using your touchpad for this, or are you using a stylus?
Great
What
question,
are you
Kim.
using?
All right. So I am using my Chromebook. My Chromebook is it's a Asus C302, excuse me, 302. I bought it in 2017. It's almost 2 years old now. It does not have what's called integrated stylus support, but I have an Adonit Pro. I don't know if you might see me in the corner, right? I'm holding up my stylus. This is about a $10 or $20 stylus on Amazon. It's the Adonit Jot Pro. And so it will work. Of course, my finger will work as well. I just like using the stylus.
Okay.
Some Chromebooks and some education Chromebooks now actually come with styluses. There's a Lenovo 300E where you can use a number 2 pencil as a stylus. That to me is unbelievable. So styluses don't have to be such a big part of it. I know they go missing and you don't really want to spend the money. I think for my personal use, I like it, but again, my finger could work as well.
Okay, I'm glad that you cleared that up.
No, thanks for asking. That's a really important issue when we talk about drawing, right? Speaking of drawing, I want to do one more thing in Keep while we're here. And that is, I'm going to go back and I'm still in this note. Now look what happened. So now this note has both your logo, Kim, and this drawing. But then if I double click on your logo, look what appears.
Pen tool.
There's a pen. And so now, and it even says, look, drawing 1 of 2, and I can actually hit the next this is new. I don't think I've seen this one before. Yeah. Oh, I like that. But look.
Wow. I didn't know that.
So now I can take this and I'll I'll make this like a fire engine red, and I'll make this better. And I'll say the best. Yeah. You see that? Now, as far as collaboration, Kim, I don't know if you have this note up, but we could try to test it. I don't think we can be in it in the same time. But
Did you share it with the Sweet Talk?
I did.
All right, let me see if I can get it. Hold on. Because I got it in my personal Google account. And let me go back. Hold on.
By the way, while you're looking for that, I'll just show you, if you want to create a note from scratch for drawing in the web app, right there, it says new note for drawing. You have that. You can also do it from an image. And again, you can go right into drawing on top of an image. Think about annotating, also maps, periodic tables. You can screen capture some text and then have kids talk to the text with that. The other thing I'll point out is that if your kids are using an iPad and they're using the Keep mobile app, the Keep mobile app actually has some more function, especially as far as recording voice and sound. But as far as drawing, the mobile and the web apps are very similar. There's really nothing.
Not too much of a difference there.
Yeah.
Okay, I did find it.
Okay. Do you want to open, maybe if we both open your Sweet Talk logo real quick?
Okay, so wait, it's refreshing now. Where'd it go? Nice. Hold on. There it goes. Okay. So I can't see your screen because I'm on my note.
Okay, yeah.
So,
but do you want to draw something on it?
You want me to draw something?
Yeah,
So let me go. Wait a minute. Hold on. I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we should have gotten this up.
Hold on. I have 3 of 3. And let me change my color.
Oh, okay. And so what we're experiencing right now tells me that this isn't great for real-time collaboration, but we could use it for, asynchronous collaboration.
So did you see my note?
Have you saved it yet?
Oh, I thought it saved it automatically.
Well, have you left? I guess, have you exited from it?
No, not yet. Let me exit out. Okay. Okay. Got it.
All right. Let me hit refresh. Oh, you know what? Look what I don't know if you can see this, but it's creating a thumbnail right now.
Yep. So it's refreshing.
Okay. So for async, there it is. There you are. For asynchronous collaboration, it's good. It will not be real-time collaboration. We can do some real-time collaboration, and that would be our next app. Okay. Are we ready for the next one?
We are ready to move on.
All right. So we're going to talk about my favorite toy in the world.
No, it's not more than my favorite toy.
That's right. That's right.
But you are the king of the Jamboards.
Oh, stop. But I'll say this. I'm a super fan of the Jamboard. But anyway, this here is Google Jamboard. Kim, have you noticed that there's a lot of confusion about Google Jamboard when you talk to people who are new to it?
Yeah. So I try to tell people, via the web, so you can access Jamboard via the web, through the iPad, through a mobile app, or through the actual kiosk, which is the actual hardware or the board. So I
Right.
tell them like 3 separate things.
And I know you can attest that the kiosk is amazing and it's wonderful, right?
Yeah, it is the best.
I think at the same time, it's caused a lot of confusion because I've had teachers talking, can I project the jam if I don't have the kiosk from an iPad to a Chromebook? Or if you
It
don't have the kiosk, right, it's just a Google Drive file. That's all this is. Right.
exactly. And it
Yep.
lives in Drive.
Exactly. It lives in Drive. And here, let me open up the one I've shared with you. It lives in Drive, right? And there's a mobile version and a more robust there's a robust mobile version and a somewhat streamlined web version, which we're in right now, which you would access at jamboard.google.com. Okay. And you have joined in this one. Now, before we get into it, because Jamboard does not have a ton of drawing functionality, I want to show you what you can do with Jamboard, okay, for drawing. This is what a student made at my school. Check this out. This drawing right here is all using the 4 drawing tools in the Jamboard app. That's it. There is no Autodraw. There is no nothing. And actually, if you pay attention, this like the person's hair is all the highlighters. And then she's using the regular pen tool for the outlines of all this. And then she's got, let's go into it. You have your pen tool right here. You have a pen, you have a marker, you have a highlighter, and you have a brush. We're going to talk about that. But why don't I just model them real quick?
That's fine.
All right, so let's do the pen first. I like that pen, pretty nice. Then we have a marker. Okay, marker. I think this is a little like the Keep marker. It's like okay. It's nothing that I'm too excited about.
To me, it just looks like it's bold.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a little
nothing.
darker.
Yeah, yeah, right. It doesn't. I think with the pen, I can get a little bit more artsy. That's just me.
Yeah.
Now, Kim, I'm going to draw the next 2. And actually, you know what? Let me switch to yellow. And the color palette is limited. It's 6 colors. And by the way, we can now change the background in the web version. So if we want to see that, yeah,
if we want to, awesome.
First of all, infinite collaborative graph paper. And this does, when you use this,
it does download it.
Download it. And we can also make that background black. And so now you can use the white color and you can draw, and it's just is so nice. But okay, yeah. I'll switch it back to white. Now I'm going to switch the color to yellow, and then I'm going to use the highlighter tool, and then I'm going to use the brush tool. And you tell me what's the problem.
Well, the brush tool looks like a highlighter.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, just real quick, what they call the highlighter, which would obscure, it wouldn't highlight. If I go to the brush, that highlights. I think the brush tool is my favorite. I love the brush tool. I think it does really nice work. Let me get back to what they call the highlighter. I think they just have it misnamed.
Yeah, I agree. I think that should be reversed.
Yes. It's a nice etched marker. Do you want to draw something real quick, Kim?
Yeah, I was there. Hold on, because I can't see you when I'm in there.
Oh, okay. And I see. Yeah, but you're there. I see that you're.
All right. So let me get in here, and I typically use like the pen, the first option. Okay. Yeah.
So there is Kim, and there you were using the green. One thing you'll notice here, I'll go to the yellow real quick. I'll make everything yellow. Every tool has just a little different. I guess the color looks a little different. I guess for the yellow, that's not so true. The blue, it's a little bit more true. Same with the red, the shades. Notice you're using what I would call the highlighter in the red, and it looks more like a grayish pink. But then the other one is more red. So definitely different things. Now, as far as drawing, this isn't the most robust drawing tool. And there's a lot more things you can do with it that are not drawing. But it saves to Google Drive. It has real-time collaboration, as Kim is demoing for you right now. It has, she just put in, oh, you're using the mobile app right now. That's not fair.
Ah.
By the way, you can also, if we want to confuse people even more, there's a, when you put the app on your phone, it's like a hybrid of the web and the mobile. It's this weird in between app. So many things you can do with Jamboard. But anyway, but it saves to Google Drive. It has real time collaboration, and in Google Classroom, it's the same as a doc, drawing, sheet, or slide. You can set it to make a copy for each student. Students can edit. Students can view.
Yeah,
So
that's the best part about it,
yeah,
because students have more of a choice now to complete an assignment or use a different app. That's what I like about it the most. I like that you can, oops, hold on, let me get back to you so I could see you. There you are. That's what I like most about it, because I can create an assignment, attach it, and distribute it. It lives in Drive, you know?
yeah.
And what's nice, did you notice though, in the grading tool in Google Classroom, if students use Jamboard, you can open up that assignment and it appears in the grading tool, and it gives you the option to open with Jamboard now,
Yes, yes.
which is nice.
So you can then, edit. You can add, you could add sticky notes and whatnot just
Yep.
as the feedback. So now you're giving kids feedback, and you could have a color scheme. Hey, I'm going to be the pink sticky note, and you can use the other sticky notes. I'm going to use the red one. The other thing, I'm happy we did this, is, and I'll do this with your logo too. When you move any object in the Jamboard app, and this is mobile or web, the ink is always on top. No matter what you do, the ink will always go on top of that. So that's
Good point.
yeah, keep that in mind when you use this app. Yeah.
Good point. So even if that's an image that you found off the internet and you cropped it, it'll still be considered behind the text.
The ink will always be the top layer. And one last thing before we go on to the other two apps, Jamboard is a core EDU service. You
Yeah.
do not need to pay a dime to use it. The only thing you need is to, if you're a teacher, if you can't access jamboard.google.com when you're signed into your school account, you need to put in a ticket and say, listen, this is a core service. Please turn it on for our students and for me.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tom, that the admin, Google administrator has to enable it in the domain for it to be accessible.
Exactly right. And if you want to play with it, go sign into your personal Gmail right now and go to the apps waffle here and keep let's go to the apps launcher. And it should be there, or it will be under more, even more from Google. And I have it in mine. I have it all the way at the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. So enjoy.
That's the best. Actually, you should have saved that one for last, because that's the best.
All right. Well, I want people who stick around to learn new things, like new gems. So let's go to the next. All right. So this one's a gem. It's a little different. It's called Autodraw. And all it is autodraw.com. It's a Google experiment. Now, do you see my login? Do you see my picture or anything right there?
No.
Nope. Nope. There are no sign-in required. And this will work on any device. It will work on a phone. As long as it's got a web browser, you're good. All of these that I'm showing you tonight will work with a mouse. I use both my mouse and the stylus. When you see this red circle, that's my mouse. So let's go right into it. Let me draw maybe a slice of pizza. It's Friday night. I'm going to draw a slice of pizza, and I'm not good at drawing, right? But Autodraw kind of is. And all right, I don't see it. Now, look at these. Did you mean up here? And I'm seeing a lot of things, but I'm not seeing pizza just yet. All right, let's keep working this thing. Let me see if I can make this slice of pizza. We're getting closer. Okay.
Pie.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, wait, is that
Oh, that looks like a watermelon.
Oh, I got so close.
I see a pizza pie,
I know.
but not a slice of pizza.
And there is a slice of pizza in here. I must have done a really poor job on this one. All right. Oh, there it
There
is.
it is.
There it is. Yes. Oh, and actually I have two options. I'm going to go with the one with more toppings. So that's it. And actually, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that blue. So let's try a different color. And again, different color palette. Let me see if I can just, let me see if that, no, I don't know if I can change it. Here, you know what? I'll just change it when I go. All right, now I'm going to draw another one. So here, let me undo, and I'll undo myself out of this. And now I'll draw pizza again using the Autodraw tool.
So you have to make sure you're on the color you want it to be first.
Yes, good call. And there, I guess I did better this time. Or I guess it's like, it's machine learning. It's realizing what I want to do. Okay. So that's my slice of pizza. It actually looks pretty good, right? I have a few things. Yeah, I mean, they auto drawed it, right? So I have a freehand tool. The freehand tool, again, look at, that's the color. Here, I'll make it red, and you can change the size. I'll make it, and so now I'll just like draw a little arrow to the, nothing too exciting. The auto draw is the bigger part, but I want to maybe give this a little color. So let me change. Let's give it like a pizza crust color. I don't know if I like that, but we'll try. It's pretty robust if you just keep clicking the arrows like I'm doing. Here, maybe that's more of a pizza
You got more
crust.
colors in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are a lot. You see this? See
Yeah.
all these shades of blue? Like, what's going on here?
So
I'll try it this one.
that color palette looked very similar to Google Keep.
It does, but it keeps on going and go. Like, well, I guess I found the end of it, but I think this is more than Keep. This is just me talking out loud. I could be wrong. There is I'm going to fill in the crust real quick. So I'm going to take this fill, and then I'm going to apply it to the crust, and that goes to the crust. Let's fill in the sauce. So I'll get the red, and I'll make the sauce red. And
That's
then,
cool.
yeah, let me make the mushrooms gray. There's a gray. I don't know if that's, yep. And so, and I can keep doing that. I won't, but you see how I have that option? That is really
I like
nice.
that. So all you did was use the fill tool.
Yep.
To and pick the color. Use the fill tool to color in or shade in the area of the pizza. That's cool.
Now, when you see, by the way, when you see this in the corner, you can change the size of the canvas. A lot of touchscreen devices, I'm surprised I'm seeing it because a lot of touchscreen devices don't see that little thing. They just have one thing. But if it thinks you're on a typical laptop, and I'm technically on a laptop right now, even though I have a touchscreen, it will let you resize the canvas like that. I want to. Is there anything else I wanted to show you with that? Okay. Oh, there's text. So now, and I'll make that text black. And so now I can type in, this is a pizza slice. And I did that on Twitter earlier today. And let me grab that and let me move that. See, there's a grabbing tool here. And so I can grab and go a little bit. If I want to get rid of an element, I can throw it in the garbage. Now, if you look in Keep and Jamboard, I have all my Keep notes. I have all my Jamboard jams, keep.google.com, jamboard.google.com. In Autodraw, it's use it or lose it. It may be back in the same device if you use the device. Like if I come back to this computer tomorrow, I might have this, but I might not. So if you want it, download right away. And you can also resize the canvas here, but download. And you can also share using this sharing thing right here. Okay,
that's good to know.
Yep. Oh, you know what? I saw this. Someone shared this on Twitter or recently. So if I copy this, let me do something real, have a little fun here, a little app smashing. I'll copy this image. I'm going to go to my Sweet Talk Jam on the web. I'll hit, can I not do this? Maybe I have to hit Control V. Yes, I can't right click, but I can Control V, and there it is.
Oh, wow.
And it should go beneath the ink. Text. There it did.
Yep.
So that's Autodraw. Obviously,
nice, Tom. Yeah. That's a nice little gadget there.
Oh, I mean, Kim, when you think about, so let me just get that Autodraw pen again, and I'll just start randomly. In fact, here, I'll hit start over with the canvas, and I'll stretch that out a little bit. So I just start drawing, it's going to just start guessing all these random things. I mean, look at this. You got a peace sign. You got clocks. You got, what is this? That's an alarm clock. Oh, a little Back to the Future. I got a donut. I got sprinkles on a donut. I got a rainbow. You can have so much fun. These athletes, volleyball, you can have so much fun having your kids. There's even a Super Bowl trophy, Heisman trophy. Here's like a random trophy. I guess that's a cookie. I don't know. There's so many things. There's a Twitter bird. Oh, and I guess it's got me up here now, but let me move that. There's so many things you can do with this.
That's awesome. I really like that because sometimes you can't, I'm not a good artist, and it's
Nor am
nice
I.
for it to, like you said, use machine learning to try to predict what you're going to draw. And it's nice that they have that option. The
Yep.
best part about it is it really, you can put text in here, you can resize it. I like the functionality of being able to fill in part of the shape with different colors. I don't have to sit there and color it in manually, I
Yes.
I
And,
really, and to download it as an image file is nice.
right. You could just ask your kids to draw, hey, draw me photosynthesis, draw me this or that. And it does have a handful of kind of random uh, fonts. They are, like I said, a little bit random. That's Yellowtail. There's Graduate, which, okay. So they are a little weird, but I don't see times on here, but whatever. Just so it gives kids a lot of options. Kids really do enjoy using it, and it works great for touchscreens, and it works great for mice too. This is all on the web, autodraw.com. And for kids who struggle with sign in and you want them to start drawing and do it digitally, well, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I definitely like it's so easy. It's just you just need a web browser. That's it.
Exactly right. And
No fancy tech.
this one works. Yeah, if you have a phone, a web browser, an iPad, you name it, a Chromebook, it's just going to work. Windows, it's going to work.
Yeah, which is nice.
All right, Kim, can we do one last one?
One last one.
One last one, and this one is not very known, and it's very new, and it's very random. Okay, it is called Canvas. It is not the learning management system Canvas. It is Chrome Canvas. And the website is one of the weirdest. I wish I could have been in the product meeting where they're talking about what's the website going to be. Oh, I know, canvas.apps.chrome. That's what you put into your browser.
Well, that's so inconsistent.
I don't know, bookmark it, or just, I don't know. I use it a bunch, so it's come, my browser just remembers it when I start typing Canvas. But okay, so in this, we have two options: new drawing and draw from a new from image. We'll start with a new drawing, and then we'll do an image in a minute. So I'll do a new drawing. And this one, so just real quick, if we go back, the home screen, it will save to your home screen. It doesn't connect to Drive yet, and there's no kind of collaboration, but it is kind of a nice, I'll show you kind of some uses for it. So if I'm in here, I have tools, and the tools, what I like about the tools is they're very clear. We got a pencil, we got a pen, we have a marker, and then we have a tool that you don't see anywhere else, chalk. So let me demo this. So pencil first, okay. You know what, let me make that bigger. And so if I double click this pencil, so remember I talked about the Adobe apps earlier?
Yeah.
The Adobe apps are great because they have the size and opacity sliders. And you don't see that in any of these Google apps, but you see it in Chrome Canvas. So now,
Yeah,
look at
that's a
that.
big difference.
It's a big difference. And that actually looks like pencil. It looks like something I'm doing analog. If I go to the marker, got the same thing. Markers, this marker is not bad, but it's not great. Let's look at our color palette, shall we? That's that. But we also have custom. So we can either slide it. Can I get a good orange? Let me try that one. We can do that, or we can enter the hex deck. So
Well,
you could
that's
use,
nice to be able to
yeah,
do that. I like that.
you could use Colorzilla, which I don't have active right now. Here, I can, where's my Colorzilla? There's Colorzilla. Have you used Colorzilla, Kim?
Yeah, I love Colorzilla.
Yeah, Colorzilla, just
So
grab,
accurate.
yeah, just grab any hex color. Of course, this is going to be a weird website to do it with, but so let me put that away for now. But I'll do that. And so now I do my marker there. Or excuse me, that's like the pen, that's the marker. And the marker, not that great, but let's do the chalk. Here's the chalk. Look at that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Maybe that looks like a highlighter.
it does. I actually, so let me see. So, all right, let me go back. And well, before I'm done here, if you want to download it, you can export your drawing right there and it saves. If I go back and I do new from image, and do I have, let me see if I have well, I have your Sweet Talk one, so I'll do that. I have what we've been working on so far here. And so, and then I can make the chalk black, and I can chalk that up, and I can have annotation. So again, annotating if I screen cap some text or anything I want to annotate. And of course, there is an eraser, so I can erase. That'll go away. All right. And it's just the same deal as far as export the drawing. One word of caution: on the Chrome browser on a tablet, or excuse me, on your phone in a Chrome browser, on an Android phone, it will work. iPads, it's not there yet. I cannot recommend you using this on an iPad. But if you have a typical Chromebook, like a lot of students do, use this.
So this one key difference is with this is it doesn't give you like an auto shape or auto draw feature. It's strictly using the pen tool and the different types of pens available.
100, yes, exactly right.
Just so the viewers see that, because the other apps that you showed had some type of, machine learning in there of trying to predict what you're going to draw. This tool doesn't. So this could be more like like maybe being used for like a storyboard, um, or just charts or anything like that. Anything,
Yeah, I'll show you a couple. So I use this one. I just made a quick little example about Richard Nixon. I took a picture of him and I just
there you
marked it
go.
up with some
We can,
things about him. And then the other thing I'll do here, I'll just show you. Oh, okay. Oh, I did this one. So do you ever use unsplash.com, Kim?
Unsplash, no. I mean, I
Okay.
heard a splash from, it's a Google Slides add-on.
Oh, this is different.
This is
Unsplash
different. Okay.
is, so here, if I do chalk board, all right, unsplash.com is images you're allowed to use for free. So, oh, and I had a good chalkboard here earlier. It might have been under like a school or something like that. Well,
So
here
you took the background from here and then you wrote on it.
yeah. So here I'll just download it, and it actually says crediting isn't required, but is appreciated. And so if I'm working on my digital portfolio, my Google site, my blog, I click copy. If I'm using that image, bam, I have it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just so great because if you don't want your kids to run afoul of copyright, done, right?
Yeah.
So now I'll go into Canvas real quick and I'll do this. I got that chalk. Oh, hold on. I got to do new from image. And I'll do this one real quick.
So new from image opens up a new file and it adds the image that you selected as a background.
Correct. It's what, yes, exactly. It makes it the canvas. So it doesn't really matter the size.
Canvas. Uh-huh.
So this is the canvas. Anyway.
Well, that's nice for like memes, or like if
Mhm.
you had, an assignment where students had to interpret the meaning of a meme,
Yeah.
they can do all that in here, which is nice.
Exactly. They can write on top of it. And if I hit undo, it'll get the last letter. And there's a redo button there. Yeah, it's this Chrome Canvas. Oh, let me show you my other use case for this, at least that I've been doing. So, Kim, or here's one. I was doing, have you used this Groove Pizza thing here?
No.
All right. I'm not going to go into it, but it's a music, it's a music, I guess, experiment from Google. It's called Groove Pizza.
Okay.
And long story, I had to show some kids how to share what they created in Groove Pizza, but I wasn't there. So in Google, I took a screen cap, I opened it up in Chrome Canvas, I wrote this, and then I downloaded this image and I put it into their Google Classroom. So
Cool.
hey,
Nice.
that's yeah. One other example I'll show you is that, so I do a lot with digital breakouts, and sometimes people will email me and say, hey, I can't get this. And so I do this. I screenshot it and I write a note, maybe looking like a bit of a crazy person, the way my handwriting comes out. But if here, so I just noticed something that I did here. So I handwrite this, I put this arrow, and then I use the marker. So let me go into a different one to kind of show this.
So you highlighted it.
Yes. And the way I do that, let me erase some stuff. And yes, I'll make the eraser nice and big. So I'm going to erase all this stuff here. And let's say I want to highlight Kimberly Matina. The way I would do that is I would go to the marker and I'll make it big, but I'm going to make the opacity small, and I'm going to change the color to be, hey, Kim, look at these yellow shades. I like these yellow shades.
I'm telling you, that palette looks like the Google Keep drawing palette.
It actually, yes, this one does.
Yeah.
And this is also making me want a little mustard right now, but okay. And you know what? That was a little orangey. Let me go with this yellow one. And so now, yes,
That's nice.
So when you have a marker tool and you can change the opacity, which you can't do in the other ones, but you can do in this, you have a highlighter.
Yeah, I like that. That's really, I'm glad that you showcased that, because I don't think that, I mean, I wasn't familiar with all of the features that you had shown tonight in this app, so I'm glad that you went over it. And I do like that you can create a new image, a new drawing from an image.
Yes.
That's, to me, I could see the educational value in that as well. So I'm glad that you went over it tonight. But
Yeah.
I do wish that they did have more consistency with the naming of the tools or the.
Yes. Can I stop screen sharing?
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree with you, and I know we've gone on a little while with these apps here, but it was a good.
It's all good. It's all good. It's a good conversation.
Yes.
It's all good. But I'm glad you went over. You went over a lot of apps in a short amount of time, and you went over a lot of features about them. So I do appreciate that. And I'm sure the audience will too once they start listening or watching the show, because everything that you went over was definitely productive and useful in the classroom.
Well, thank you. Yeah, have your kids draw. Even if you have to build it in as assignment. Look, I need you to explain this concept to me using drawing. Challenge your kids. Let them be creative. And again, the research says, you want to learn something, you should draw it.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to capture it and share it and collaborate on it too. So
yes,
that's another key thing that you can do with the kids too.
Yes.
But thanks, Tom. I really appreciate you being on.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
So let me wrap up the show real quick. Well, that was Tom Mullaney from North Carolina. And if you would like to be a guest on my show, let me show you where to go. Can you see my screen? Can you see yourself?
I do, yes.
All right. So you can go to the Sweet Talk, too many W's, thesweettalk.com, and that's SUITE talk.com, not sweet like the sweet tooth. And you can watch today's show. If you go over to the episode page, the link for this show and other shows are in the show notes and listed here on my website. For this show, I have the YouTube link, and I gave you the link for Tom's blog post about the Google tools that he went over, and his information on how you can contact him are in that blog. So you can click on the blog post there, and that'll take you to his website, which is this post. And his website, if you click on Sustainable Teaching, this is his homepage. And on here, he has his information and contact information as well. So you can certainly visit his website. But if you'd like to be a guest on my show, click on the guest tab and fill out this form, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click on the subscribe page. Sign up for my newsletter so that you can stay up to date on the latest episodes. And the Sweet Talk is available as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and Google Play Music. So with that said, I am going to go back to Tom. And that's our show for tonight. So again, thanks, Tom, for being on. And I hope that, people found the information helpful, which I think they will.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye.